And a very good morning to you. My name is Antoinette Nirvana, and you are listening to the Body and Mind Skype interviews. Body and Mind is your health directory for professionals. And we welcome our latest member to the Body and Mind website, Fanny Lacroix, who's a kinesiologist.
Lacroix.
Yeah, please help me correct with how do you pronounce your surname?
Lacroix.
Lacroix. Oh, I would never have gotten that. Beautiful, of course. As I've read on your page on the Body and Mind website, you came to South Africa from France. So, and again, you're a kinesiology therapist, and I'd like you to tell us a little bit more before we get on to kinesiology. Who are you? Why did you come to South Africa, and your journey and how you got onto doing kinesiology?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I came to South Africa more than 13 years ago. It was really a concourse of circumstances. I was not employed anymore in the country where I used to live at the time, which was Scotland. And I got an opportunity to take a holiday in South Africa, which I did. And during that holiday, I was offered a job. So that's not having anything else, to do in Scotland at the time. I actually decided to take this job in South Africa. The job was not related to alternative therapies. And this direction I took into kinesiology only actually occurred quite a bit later. Although there had always been I always had an interest in these therapies, probably due to the fact that right from the beginning in my family, there was a strong interest in alternative therapies. And going to the GP, for instance, was never really the first port of call. It was much more usual to go to the homeopath or to a naturopath or to an acupuncturist in order to solve various ailments that may have presented themselves. So in a nutshell, yes, that is the story of how I've actually come to live in South Africa. And I must say that to me, South Africa is very much home at the moment, and I really enjoy living here.
That's really great. Where in South Africa are you based, Fanny?
In Cape Town, Tableview more precisely.
Ah, wonderful. The best place in South Africa. I'm also based in Cape Town. So, and then you got onto kinesiology. So how did that happen? And how long have you been a kinesiology practitioner?
I started becoming interested in kinesiology specifically back in 2013. At the time, I was looking for a powerful alternative therapy to deal with some health issues that I was experiencing. And a person I had only very recently met, and I often think of her as my guardian angel actually these days, gave me a gift voucher for a treatment with a reflexologist who works in my area. And after a number of treatments with this therapist, I realized that healing facilitation was what I wanted to do. I used to work in languages, which is, I would probably say, my second passion. But it's at this time that really the realization that healing facilitation was what I wanted to do came up. So I discussed various modalities with this therapist. And when she mentioned the term kinesiology, I didn't have a very precise understanding of the modality at the time, but hearing the term kinesiology, I instantly understood that this was for me. So I went online to find out more about the modality, and then discovered that there was a specialized kinesiology college in Cape Town. And what sealed the deal was that this college offers animal kinesiology, and more specifically canine and equine kinesiology. And that really sealed the deal for me because I've always had a very strong connection with animals. and working with them was really what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So, great. So now, of course, I want to know a little bit more about kinesiology, and for you to tell, the person who's listening to this interview, what is kinesiology? How does that benefit, the individual? Why would we come and see you as a kinesiology therapist?
So I, as a kinesiologist, offer what kinesiologists call balances. A balance being the term that we use commonly to refer to your session, to your healing session, because that's exactly what kinesiology does. It restores the balance of energies in the human or animal body in order to promote the body's innate self-healing abilities. Because you see, the body is wonderfully well equipped to heal itself. However, stress, and here I mean specifically prolonged and sustained stress, interferes with the self-healing process by locking itself into the cells and creating energy blockages. So by releasing the stress that is locked into the cells, kinesiology makes it possible for to restore the self-healing system. So kinesiology identifies the blockages, the energy blockages in the body, through a technique called muscle testing. Muscle testing, I suppose, could be described as a way of talking to the body. It's a kind of biofeedback mechanism. So it provides a real-time evaluation of all the different aspects of the person or animal that I am working with. So it provides a real-time evaluation of the mind, of the body, of the neurological system, the endocrine and hormonal responses, feelings, emotions, old negative behavior patterns, memories, and so on.
Yeah. So basically, what we have discovered with kinesiology and muscle testing is the brain can fool us, but the body can never lie. So when we want to find where a specific thing is lying, or what the reason is for a specific let's call it disease that we are experiencing or believe that we're experiencing, the body has got a very true knowledge of what that actually is, instead of bypassing the brain and going straight into the body's innate knowledge. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. The body is the messenger. So when a person or an animal feels a disease, it usually means that the body is usually sending this person or animal a message to say that something is not right. There is an imbalance of energy in the body, which has very likely been created by stress. So what happens there, the way in which the muscles can talk to us as kinesiologists, is because sustained stress causes the signals between the body and the brain to become unclear. And this shows up as an abnormal muscle response, which we call an unlock, which I'm able to detect, or which all kinesiologists would be able to detect through light pressure on a given muscle. And this allows the kinesiologist to actually decode, in a way, the message that the body is trying to send through to the person or animal.
Thank you. And then lastly, I see we are running very quickly out of time. So I also saw, of course, and you mentioned earlier that you are working with kinesiology on animals, which is really great. And then you also do distance kinesiology, either on us humans and with animals. And so how does that happen, if you can give me a brief answer on that?
Because kinesiology is really based on energy, distance kinesiology can actually happen provided that when it comes to animals, for example, a small sample of hair from the animal is available to me. And when it comes to a person, it's also very useful to have an item which has a specific emotional significance to the person that I'm supposed to work on.
Great.
And so this item or the small sample of hair basically stands in for the person or animal from an energetic point of view.
Cool. Super, I understand that. And of course, then also the permission granted by the person. Of course, the animal, will be only too happy to be helped. So then,
Absolutely, yes.
I would like to know, how do people get hold of you? Either your contact details, where you are based, where your therapy room is, and where we can get hold of you to book a session.
So I can be contacted through various channels. By phone, first of all. So my number is 0822 929 5215. I can also be contacted via email. The email address is horse8hound@gmail.com. So horse8hound with no spaces @gmail.com. I also have a contact form on my website, which is http://humanhorsehoundkinesiology in one word .weebly.com. And the other thing is my Facebook page, Human Horse and Hound Kinesiology.
Great. And of course,
I am based.
Yeah, you're based. Yeah, you're based.
Sorry, I was going to say I am based in Tableview, but I'm happy to travel within a radius of 20 kilometers, especially when it comes to working with animals. At least for the first session, I like the animal to be in its own environment, just for comfort.
Super. Exactly. And then, of course, we can also look for you on the Body and Mind website, on our members page. In Cape Town region, they can either look for kinesiology and you will come up as a therapist, or under your name, Fanny, and I'm sorry, you'll have to pronounce your surname for me again, because that is Lacroix. Is that correct?
Very close, yes, very close. Lacroix.
Lacroix. Super.
Lacroix.
All right.
Right.
Thank you very much for your time today. I'm really, really great to have spent this time with you. And we say thank you, and we chat to you again some other time. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much, Antoinette. Thank you very much for having me today. Bye-bye.
Bye.